Hello. Hello. I'm starting a monthly club, and with it being summer, I really wanted to go for like a underwater theme. So think sea animals like sharks, whales, fishies, and overall very blue and calming. And since this is my first month, I wanted to take you on the process of how I find inspo for my art, all the details that I considered, and overall my general creative process of working through this. So let's get started. Since this is my theme for August, as I will be starting the monthly club for August, I wanted to focus on a very summer theme. I've been thinking about doing sea animals and aquarium themes for a very long time, but I haven't really gotten the chance to dive into it, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity and challenge for myself. Now, before I start, I usually go through Pinterest and Instagram to find inspiration from other artists. I really recommend this too for just looking up how to draw certain things. For example, I've never really drawn sharks or certain fishes before, so I would need a lot of references for that. And what I would do is I would quickly save the images that I like on Pinterest or screenshot the ones I like on Instagram and then compile an album of them. Once I have that selection of references, I'm going to quickly go over them and quickly take note of the things I want to include. So basically, it will be like a mood board of all of the things you want to draw. Now that I have collected all of my references and created that mood board, I'm going to note down the additional details I want to add. My list typically includes hearts, stars, bubbles, corals, pearls, ribbons, shells, anything that's minimal, very small, and good to add into the negative spaces. So now that I have my references and inspo pics, I'm quickly going to set up my space. So for my monthly club, I already know what I want to do. For my digital tier, I want to be doing the icon set. So it comes with a wallpaper, icons, the different widget sizes, and the wallpaper will also be turned into a coloring page. And I will also be making an additional sticker sheet so I can turn those images into a printable calendar for anyone to use. And so I'm going to set the files up. I'm going to set them as a size for my sticker size, which is 93 mm by 140 mm. And this is so that I can also have them manufactured and printed out as a physical item for my physical tier. So my physical tier will be receiving 3 total sticker sheets of the 3 designs plus the art print. I will also be creating some sticker flakes. Personally, I know some people might draw all the icons separately, but for me, I found that I am able to maintain a better consistency when I keep them all on the same page. And this format also allows me to easily turn it into the physical products later on, which I will show you later. I typically spend the longest time of the process on drafting the sticker sheets. It's the part where I want to make all the details and elements that I noted on my mood board come together cohesively. I think for this, I spent the longest time on the first sheet, and hence why I didn't film much of it because I really struggled and I kept changing my mind on what ocean animals I wanted. And since I haven't drawn them that much, I couldn't get them to be as cute as I initially hoped. But having the references helped me so much during this process, and after a few iterations, I was able to work on the rest pretty efficiently. You'll also notice that I like to do the sketches for them all at the same time, rather than finishing the entire process for one sheet first before moving to the next. The reason for this is because I feel that I'm already in the moment, and the process, whether it's to sketch, line art, color, or whatever that I'm doing at the moment, is easier after the first time, and that momentum helps me a lot. For the other designs, it was a little easier to finish since I have already decided on all the elements and the vibe that I was going for. I completed all the sketches, so here's a little preview of everything I have done so far. I finished the line art for the sticker sheet while I was on the subway since I have a 1-hour commute to the city, and I decided to use like a dark blue color. So now I'm going to get started on this one with the icons. This is my favorite part. If you're interested in the brushes I use for line art, it's also available on my Ko-fi for free for everyone. As mentioned before, I line art everything right after each other since I usually get a momentum of the process after the first one. And it's typically the most soothing part for me, so I usually put on some movie or music and I just draw mindlessly. Next is coloring. I didn't record the coloring for the beginning of this, but I'll quickly explain my process. Coloring is another process that takes a really long time for me. I wanted lots of blue colors since summer is here, but I also wanted a cute red that stood out from the blue, which is why I picked so many red colored animals. They add a nice contrast against all the cool colors and help draw attention to the overall theme. Coloring is the only process where I have a slightly different process. I love details and shading, so it bugs me when I only lay out flat colors. I also feel that it doesn't really portray how the colors complement each other, so once I decide on the initial colors, I immediately start adding in shading and details. This is also where I make color adjustments when I'm not happy with certain shades or hues until I am happy with the color composition. Lastly, after I finish coloring, I'll also color in the line art where the lines are on the inside. The colors I pick will be a little darker and saturated than the color I used to color with. I think it helps brighten up my artwork a bit and gives it a soft vibe. So once I finish coloring, I will make sure to finish up final details before I move on to the next sticker sheet. So coloring will probably be the second longest process for me after the sketch. So I finished coloring in all of my sticker sheets. Now I'm going to move on to the art prints that I am planning. Overall, I am really happy with how the colors turned out and super excited for everything to be completed. Another thing that I want to quickly add is that since this is a monthly theme, I want them to be as cohesive as possible. So I did pull up the reference of my sticker and I color dropped all of the color selections since I already picked them out for me, and that helped improve the speed of the work because I didn't have to think about colors since I already knew that they worked well together. Overall, I did add a little more shading since it is a print and I wanted more details. For the monthly calendar, I didn't have a template, so I exported one that I found on Canva that I liked and based my template off of it. Procreate makes it easy to draw all the shapes since they were mostly squares and circles. But if you wanted squares with curved corners, you can also make the calendar template on another software first before exporting it into Procreate. I also included a section on the right side for notes. And I made sure to make this calendar start with 2 different days. So one variation started with Monday and the other variation started on a Sunday. Then I added the artwork that I completed as the background and then used some of the designs from my sticker sheets to add more details to the calendar. I had fun deciding where to place all of the elements, and once I'm done, I'm ready to export them. So for most of the files, I chose to export them as a PNG file. However, I export the icon set and widget set as a PSD file so that I can still edit them on my laptop. This is the process where I separate all of the icons and widgets so they can actually be used.
Overall, I enjoyed making this monthly theme a lot. I got to challenge myself to draw sea animals, which I have never ever drawn before. It's also crazy that I made this many projects in just 2 weeks. I think this theme also turned out so cute. I sent these files out to my menu already so they can arrive to me before the end of the month, so I will be able to send them out. If you're interested in joining, my monthly sticker club is on my Ko-fi shop. You can claim the digital products by joining anytime in August. For the physical goodies, they will be shipping out for the first week of the following month, which is in September. Domestic and international shipping will be covered by me, and they will be shipped out in an untracked stamped envelope. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and seeing the overall process. See you next time. Bye.